The two best shortstops in the majors are on display tonight. Brandon Crawford has 2 Gold Gloves in his trophy case, and the Giants fans get to see his skills on display every night. But in the American League, Francisco Lindor has burst onto the scene and has a Gold Glove of his own. It's Crawford, it's Lindor, it's Giants, and the Indians, and it's next.
We've got another night of baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Giants baseball. This is game 2 of a 3-game series. Indians, Giants. Welcome to NBC Sports Bay Area, powered by Xfinity. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is Mike Krukow. Well, look, it not has been a good year for the Giants if you look at their record. But if there's one kid that stands out on this team, it's Ty Blach. And Ty Blach has actually been really good this year.
Well, and consider what his job was coming out of spring. He was a short man in the bullpen. He pitched middle relief. Yep. He spot started. And the hardest role you could possibly put on a rookie, he's handled it all well. Well, tonight he's going to have to face a very potent Cleveland Indian offense, but we know what he has done in Colorado against a very potent Rockies offense. He shut him down. And that's what the Giants expect, and more importantly, that's what Ty Blach expects. Tonight, they just need to play a cleaner game defensively. That'll be the key. And they have their A lineup back in, and that includes Brandon Belt at first base. All right, stay tuned. We'll take you to Willie Mays Plaza for an update from our pregame show live crew, and we'll do that right after this.
and renters and see how much you can save. Talk to an agent today. And by the 2017 Jeep Cherokee with an EPA estimated 30 highway miles per gallon.
We've got some Tuesday night baseball at the Yard. Giants getting ready for game 2 of this 3-game interleague series with the Cleveland Indians. Welcome back to our broadcast, everybody. I'm Amy Gutierrez, and it was 47 years ago today that the one and only Willie Mays was sitting on 2,999 career hits before he stepped to the batter's box at Candlestick against the Expos' Mike Wagner. It is our Jeep drive of the game, and Hall of Fame broadcaster Russ Hodges had the call.
1-2, Wagner delivers. Mays hits it into left field. There goes number 3,000. Willie Mays gets his 3,000th base hit.
Well, Mays became just the 10th player all time to reach 3,000 career hits. He was not done there. He ended his career with 3,283 knocks. Happy anniversary to the Say Hey Kid. All right, it's almost game time. Tide Lock on the mound. Brandon Belt is back. Kruk and Kite lineup's first pitch is all coming your way. Stay with us.
With the Cleveland Indians, Giants are about ready to throw the first pitch.
And
Right, what do you got?
And our game time weather is presented by the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. Hey, it's a great time of the year to get to the beach. The admission-free boardwalk is open daily. Chilly night, 61 degrees. You see the winds are brisk, humidity, and it is a clear night, which is a good thing. Let's take a look at the Indians lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. It'll be Geyer, Lindor, and then Brantley. Edwin Encarnacion. Encarnacion is going to hit in the cleanup spot, followed by Jose Ramirez. And Ramirez is highlighted. See what he's done in his last 30 games. Followed by Urshela, then Gomes, Zimmer, and the pitcher Mike Clevenger.
On the hill tonight for the Giants will be the 26-year-old rookie left-hander Ty Blach, 6'1", 220 pounds. And Ty Blach making his first start of the second half. Take a look at what he did the first half. Started out in the bullpen, worked his way into the rotation, has not given up his spot. 6-5 with a 4.60 ERA. And when you take your at-bats against him, you're going to see a low 90s fastball that he can cut, sink. He has got a changeup, curveball, slider combination, but most of the time you're going to see that changeup. Fields his position very well, holds runners on very well. He does all the little things very well. It's the first time that he'll ever face the Cleveland Indians. Let's take a look at the defense playing behind Ty Blach, starting in the outfield from left to right. It'll be Hernandez, Span, and Pence. Crawford, Nunez on the left side of the infield. Panic and Belt on the right side. We welcome Brandon Belt back into the starting lineup. And Buster Posey, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here we go. The Indians coming off a 5-3 win last night. And the first pitch of the ball game is on its way to Brandon Guyer, and it's a called strike. So we get started right on time. So Guyer waiting, and the next pitch is inside. Guyer went 0 for 3 last night. He hit right in the middle of the lineup. And tonight he's leading off, and there's a called strike, and home plate umpire is Rob Drake. Hoberg, Davis, and Randazzo from first to third.
I think Rob Drake's a low ball umpire, but he will give you a few belts. Pretty good breaking ball umpire. Doesn't have a big zone, but it's steady.
And that's how this game gets started, on a changeup.
All right, now it is time for our Nissan keys to the game. Number one, better defense. That's what cost the Giants last night. You don't usually say it about this club defensively. And number two, block, go deep. Ty Blach has done very well against a lot of right-handed power. He's going to see a bunch of it tonight, and they need him to go deep into this ball game. Those are our Nissan keys to the game.
So here's Francisco Lindor. Had a good day yesterday. Had 3 hits. Knocked in a couple of runs. And he looks at a strike. Lindor, 45 RBIs. And in this lineup, Ramirez has more, Encarnacion has more, but that's it. 0-2.
Good changeup. So right away, Ty Blach has established the fastball, curveball, and changeup, and he's done it in 6 pitches. Now that swing through on the changeup right there for Lindor. He had to step out and regroup.
I'm digging Lindor's socks. And so is this guy.
It's not too far
that's
away
like,
from how we wore them.
That's like the 60s. And then in the 70s, they suggested we wear them like that, and we were like, no, no. But he pulls it off. He's one of those guys who can pull just about anything off. And that's hit right at Crawford, 2 down.
He can hit. Another good at bat for Lindor.
So here's Michael Brantley. Brantley went 1 for 5 in the game last night. Had a strikeout.
Ballpark's a little small right now. You don't have a lot of wind at AT&T tonight. And the wind is really what protects the right side of this field. When the wind doesn't blow, you'll see carry to right, even for right-handers.
Hit the left. Side retired. 11 pitches for Ty Blach. For the Giants, Span, Nunez, Belt coming up. 0-0. Clevenger is about ready to face this lineup, and it's brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Span, Nunez, Belt, and then Buster Posey, followed by Brandon Crawford, Pence, and then Joe Panic. Panic over the last 29 games, swinging it. Gorkys Hernandez is swinging it as well, as he had a couple of hits last night, and then a guy that can hit a little bit, that's Ty Block.
On the hill tonight for the Cleveland Indians will be the rookie right-hander Mike Clevenger. Take a look at what he has done. 5-3 with a 3.0 ERA, 60 innings, 66 strikeouts. He's a tall guy, 6'4", 210-pounder, out of Jacksonville, Florida, and he's got some funkiness to his delivery. Herky jerk. He's going to give you a lot of kneecaps and elbows coming at you. He's going to have a fastball that's going to average low 90s. Curveball, slider, changeup package, and he'll use all the specialty pitches. A lot of changeups to lefties, more sliders than curveballs. But he's got a fastball that's got lots of life, lots of movement, and he's throwing with confidence right now.
So it'll be Denard Span who's going to lead things off. Span last night was hitless in 4 at-bats. As a matter of fact, the first 3 hitters in the lineup last night went 0 for 4. And there's a first pitch strike. Clevenger making his 12th start. Runs that pitch down and in. The Indians have a 1.5 game lead on the Twins in the American League Central. There's Terry Francona. Tito. The pitch. Swinging a high fly ball center field. Zimmer. 1 out.
Let's take a look at that defense the Cleveland Indians will employ tonight behind Mike Clevenger. And starting in the outfield from left to right, it'll be Brantley, Zimmer, and Geyer. The best arm clearly in center field. Zimmer has an outstanding arm. He's got 7 assists. Lindor and Urshela will be on the left side. Ramirez and Encarnacion on the right side. Yan Gomes, he'll be in the squad, putting down the signs.
So here's Nunez. Nunez 0 for 4 last night. And a strike, and it's 0-1. Urshela even with the bag at third. There's the defense pretty much straight away. Nunez fouls it back, 0-2.
Well, we talked about the herky jerk motion of Mike Clevenger. It's our Exmo brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. But watch when that foot drops down where the right hand is. It's up in a very high position. So with all the elbows and kneecaps he has flying at you, he gets in a great throwing position when he releases the ball. And that's all that counts.
So it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a foul back. So Nunez stays alive with Belt to follow. Good to have Brandon Belt back in the lineup. Said today before the game that he's good to go. Tapped over the mound. Ramirez off balance throw. No chance.
No chance. Ramirez has a very good arm. He just couldn't get his legs underneath him to get a throw off. And with Eduardo Nunez, not a lot of backspin back swing getting out of that box pretty well. No chance. And when he gets a chance to sniff a hit, he can pick him up and put him down.
You're always worried though that he's going to pull something.
I know. That's 4-1 speed for the right side. That's good speed. Great speed.
So here's Belt. First base runner of the game. First hit of the game. Overshift is on for Belt. And he takes a strike. Belt at 244. 16 home runs. 44 runs batted in. So Belt leads the team with and games, runs, home runs, walks, extra base hits. He waits on Clevenger. He swings and misses at Clevenger. 0-2. Urshela, who is playing in, now moves over to the normal shortstop position.
That's the thing about a funky delivery is that, you kind of see a lot of delivery and you don't see the ball early. It can get on you quick. And a 91-mile-an-hour fastball can seem like it's mid-90s. Just because you don't see it out of the hand well.
So it comes back with the same pitch. This time Belt takes it.
Mr. Posey on deck, chalk it up.
Clevenger trying to hit that same spot.
I mean, they're just pounding there. And the scouts have been watching a lot of the Giants. They know that that high fastball is not an easy pitch for Brandon Belt, especially early. It has not been that much of a problem of late.
Got him.
Good changeup. Time for our Quicken Loans Rocket Arms pitching strikeouts per 9 innings. Major League Baseball leaders this season. The Astros, well, they're averaging 10.2. The Indians 10 strikeouts per 9. Then the Dodgers, Red Sox, Diamondbacks rounded out the top 5. I mean, that's pretty good for a staff averaging 10 strikeouts per 9. Tells you they got good arms, and they do.
So here's Buster Posey. Nunez at first. He's got 17 steals on the year. And Buster takes low. Buster last night 1 for 4. Giants only had 6 hits in the game last night, and it very well should have been that was enough. Swing. You got to miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Nice tight little slider.
It's also the time of night where the hitting ground's still a little sun splashed. And a quick toss, and Nunez gets back.
Nice play by Encarnacion there. One thing about Clevenger, he does not time that well out of the stretch. He's pretty slow. It is an opportunity for the Giants to steal. However, Yan Gomes has a very strong arm, the catcher.
Breaking ball, 1 and 2. So Buster, you can see Buster with his mind working as to, well, what do I think he's going to throw next? I guess you never stop being the catcher, even when you're a hitter.
Always thinking, always anticipating. Kind of a waste pitch up there. The high pitch away doesn't really set up a whole lot. Not many guys swing at it. Now down and away, it's a different deal. That's a pitch that sets up 3 or 4 different types of movement. Don't like giving up easy takes in 0-2 or 1-2 counts.
Well, now Nunez is going to get a head start. Crawford's on deck.
Buster Posey hit 295 with 2 strikes. He ranks 3rd in the big leagues. Justin Turner, Joe Mauer.
And Posey out swinging, and that'll end the inning. After one, it's 0-0. By your Northern California Ford dealers last night against the Indians. In the bottom of the third, Gorky Hernandez doubled on the left field line, and Joe Panik tried to score from first base, and he was out at the plate. But after further review, he was called safe. Tied the game. Here's Edwin Encarnacion. .255, 19 home runs, 50 runs batted in. 0 for 3 with a walk last night. And he's going to swing for it. He did not come to the park today to try to get a couple of infield hits.
No. Every at bat he tries to plant a flag. Every at bat. You know what? That's why he's there.
Jose Ramirez and then Giovanni Urshela. To right. Pence coming in, and it's going to fall. Let's check in with Amy G.
All right, gentlemen. Well, unfortunately, all good things must come to an end, and such is the case for the Giants and their amazing sellout streak. 555 consecutive sellouts. That is including the playoffs. And, of course, Larry Baer joining you guys last night on the broadcast to make the announcement. Bruce Bochy also sharing some of his thoughts after the game, saying, we cannot thank the fans enough. It's a shame we couldn't hang in there and keep this thing going, but the fans, they did their part. 6+ years of sellouts and over 3 million in attendance for 16 of the 18 years of this park's existence. Nicely done. Thank you to all the fans. Dwayne?
Yep, it was a good night. Swing and a miss, and on a night where it stopped the streak, 39,538. Not too shabby.
Well, they still had more fans here at the ballpark than any other ballpark in the big leagues.
Turned out that when Larry said that, they hadn't announced the attendance in Atlanta. And Atlanta had 41.
So they beat us. Well, geez. All right, we're second best.
Only because of a rain delay. So it's 2-2 to Jose Ramirez.
It's a good player. I like this guy's at bats. Switch hitter. Not a tall guy, 5'9", but he got lots of pop. Good 2-2 pitch. Good take. Ramirez has hit into 10 double plays this year. That's a lot.
See if Encarnacion goes. He does not, and that's hit to third, and Nunez has got it. That's one, and not enough.
Well, I don't know how they could have turned it any quicker. Nunez really did a nice job of getting rid of that ball and getting it to Panik quick. Just not enough speed on the ground ball, and too much speed from Ramirez.
So here's Urshela, who's hitting at 250. Had a couple of hits last night. And he takes low.
Ooh, good pitch. One thing about Rob Drake's strike zone is that you don't have to throw it between the knees of a catcher to get the strike. The catcher can set up an inside corner. You throw something in the outside corner. If it's in his strike zone, you're going to get the call. Previous pitch, the changeup we thought was close, just not quite in the Rob Drake strike zone. As we mentioned, it can be a bit tight, but it is a steady one. What you get the first, usually you get the ninth.
Base hit. Span gets to it, so that'll put runners at first and second. And here's Gomes.
You know, one thing about rookies, you don't see a lot of rookies argue with umpires. Last night, Yan Gomes, who's stepping in the batter's box right now, did this against Matt Moore. It came early in the game. It was his 6th home run of the year, a solo shot.
I think it was the first pitch. So Ramirez and Urshela are your base runners. And Gomes takes a strike. Good pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Well, he's not giving it. I mean, that's 2. The last 2 hitters that could have been called strikes, he did not get either one of them. But as I mentioned, he's consistent to it. But he's not giving Ty Blach a whole lot of help on those corners. Another close pitch. You don't see Buster Posey turn his head or look at an umpire, but he's talking to him the whole time as he's looking out at Ty Blach.
On the ground, Crawford. That's 1. And a pair. And that'll end the inning. And that's how you do it. Crawford will lead things off.
Bumgarner to the rotation on Thursday night. Giants can take on the Padres, 7:15 start. Take advantage of the special ticket offer. 2 tickets for $40. Go to sfgiants.com/Madison. Again, that's sfgiants.com/Madison to access the special ticket offer. Bumgarner pitched last Saturday in San Diego. He was fantastic, 7 innings strong.
Went over next door, talked to Rick Manning, my old teammate, before the game, and he said, I'm filling out my lineup card. It's about 5:15, and I can hear somebody hitting the ball different than everybody else. And he said, I looked down and there's this guy hitting the ball like 3/4 of the way up almost on every swing, and it was Bumgarner. He said he said I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Well, certainly not a pitcher. Manning and an old center fielder.
Yeah, not easily impressed, that guy. As Crawford skies one to left, as Brantley is going to wait underneath it. Yep.
Well, it's the sound of Madison Bumgarner.
It is.
I mean, it's every bit as loud as Barry Bonds.
I mean, he had a great scouting report. He said Samardzija is trying to hang with him, and he was for a while. He said even Matt Cain, but no, it was all Bumgarner. Here's Hunter Pence. Pence takes a called strike. 0 for 4 last night. His average at 245. And the next pitch is wide. No score here in the bottom of the second. 1-2.
First time he's ever seen that curveball from Clevenger. I mean, Clevenger's got 4 quick pitches from a funky delivery. So it's not an easy pickup. I would like to see what his numbers are the first time through a lineup. And he just missed with that slider. Do you like hitting off a herky jerk, guys?
No, not at all.
They're weird.
Give me the guys with a nice easy motion. 3-2. That
Well,
threw about 82. No changeup.
Yeah, you got a lot of those guys. They're called BP pitchers.
Up the middle, off of Clevenger, and he shovels it with his glove, and he gets the out.
Impressive play. Brewers for an out.
So did that get him in the ribs?
Not sure where it got him. Tito Francona, skipper for the Indians, going to come out.
At his own pace, by the way.
Well, he's earned it.
And I might tell you that's all he's got. Oh, right in the cheek. All right, if you get to get hit in one spot, where would it be?
Cheek.
In the cheek.
Cheek me. Well, he hit that ball 101 miles per hour, so it's going to leave a bruise.
See, now if that had hit Rico Cardi, it wouldn't have hurt.
Well, it's because he had his wallet in the back. It's true. Rico Cardi had his wallet, his keys, all his loose change, his money. Had it in his back pocket of his uniform.
So you kind of knew where I was going with this, right?
Absolutely. Had his own protection.
Here's Joe Panic.
You know, it's funny when
Rico, why didn't you slide?
I played against him in winter ball, and he was, an established star, right? So I'm just a rookie, and he hit a double, and he was jingling going from first to second.
Oh, you got people asking, why didn't you slide? There's too much money in my pocket to slide. Oh yeah, that guy threw hard.
Yeah, the wild things here.
2-1 to Joe Panic. Panic 1 for 3, scored a run in the loss last night. And he ropes this one down the right field line. Up against archway number 2. Geyer digs it out, and it'll be a double with Gorkys Hernandez coming up.
It'll be interesting to see what the Cleveland Indians do here with Gorkys Hernandez coming up, who's been red hot. And they have an open base with a pitcher on deck. The question simply is whether or not they will pitch to Gorkys Hernandez. Ty Blach, if you recall, is a pretty good hitting pitcher. So Tito Francona thinking about it. Yep, 4 fingers. That's respect.
Send up the balloon.
Yes, he is. Our Xfinity X1 customers say, show me the San Francisco Giants into your X1 voice remote and get live stats on your TV. Change the way you experience TV with Xfinity X1.
Here's Block. As Mike said, Block is a guy that can put the ball in play. He bailed out, just
unless it's got a wrinkle in it.
He's setting him up. This is a setup. I'm telling you, he's setting them up.
That was the one. Ty Blach from Centennial, Colorado.
He's going to sit on this breaking ball here and just lace it somewhere. Next time up. Giants trying to pair. It'll be Bradley Zimmer to lead things off.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Toyota, the full-line automaker with the longest-lasting vehicles in America. Toyota, let's go places.
Here in the fan zone, it's a 0-0 ball game. 2 hits for each team, and for the visiting Indians, it'll be Bradley Zimmer who's going to lead things off. Zimmer, a kid from this area, hitting at .265, 5 home runs. He's got 25 runs batted in. He took an 0 for 5 in the game last night. So lefty against lefty. He's a big, tall hitter. Breaking ball is inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
He is a big, tall hitter. 6'5", 220.
and a base hit. So Zimmer with a leadoff single. And here's Clevenger.
Well, this will be interesting because Ty Blach is very good at holding runners on. He has outstanding moves, 2 or 3 of them. And Zimmer is definitely a threat to steal. He has stolen 10 bags. He's only been thrown out once this year. And Buster Posey has a great arm and a quick release.
So here's Clevenger. Nunez thinks he's going to bunt as he's down the line at third. And the bunt, and it's going to roll foul. And for a while, looked like a good bunt. Ball dudes tonight down the left field line. That's Jim Cole Reese. That's my daughter's future father-in-law. So welcome aboard, Jim. Make the family look good.
It's a Wilson guy.
Down the right field line is Brad Jensen. He's my son Cole's father-in-law. So have fun tonight, fellas. Remember one thing and one thing only: you're the Outlaws.
And that's the way it is.
Pitch is down and in, and so far they have no action tonight. And I'm not really 100% sure if they really want a lot of action. Jim looks like he does. Brad's very serious. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nunez blocked. Couldn't get it out of his glove. Otherwise they had a shot.
Well, he did everything right. I mean, you always get your lower body position to the lead bag. I mean, that's the key. You always assume you'll be able to make the exchange from the glove hand to the bare hand. And if there's any snag whatsoever, lower body in good position, can't get a grip. And it looked like as he went to get a grip of the ball, he gripped the glove. So you have to get one out. Successful sacrifice.
Here's Geyer. Geyer struck out to open up the ball game. So Block had a 1-2-3 first inning, but in the second pitched through some traffic, and now doing the same here in the third. Nice block by Buster Posey. 1 ball and no strikes. Good speed at second in Zimmer. And a strike to even the count.
Block likes that first base side of the rubber. Gets to that side every time.
Driven into the gap in left center field with a lot on it. Hernandez on the move. It's off the wall. He kicks it around. Now can't pick it up. And because of that, Geyer's headed for 3, and he's going to make it. So that extra 90 feet is huge. And it's 1-0.
Well, especially with 1 out, it puts a runner at third base. That will affect the defense. Take a look at the location with the fastball. Just middle in, just above the knee. Geyer jumps all over it. Splits the gap, and watch Gorky Hernandez as this ball comes off the wall. He kind of hits it with his glove, then a bit of a stumble, and with Geyer's speed, that meant extra 90. Just don't step on your glove.
No, here's Lindor, who lined out to Crawford in the first, and here he takes wide. Out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Yeah, and he didn't even bring his glove, and he got a ball.
Chilling. Yeah, good job. 1 ball and 1 strike. On the ground to Crawford. Crawford has it, and he throws him out.
I think that's a great display there by Brandon Crawford of quick feet. You know, we always talk about it. In the outfield, you can see a guy's first step pretty clearly, but in the infield, sometimes it's a step to watch him back up, knowing that he's got to get his feet back to get a better hop. And that's just
you can do that, Brad. You can do that, Mike, if you're playing in. If you're playing back at your normal position, you probably can't.
Oh, big out, at a ball. Ball was hit hard.
Here's Brantley, who hit a fly ball to left. Block trying to limit the damage, and there's a pitch down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Geyer at third. This will be pitch number 41 for Block, and there's a call strike.
Not too high pitch count wise. I mean, if you're 45 or less after 3 innings, that's good. Especially the first 3 innings.
Good pitch, 1-2.
Paint that outside corner. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. It's got a little cut on it, which moves about 3 or 4 inches away from a lefty into a righty, and it's his bread and butter fastball. And you can stretch it out 1-2 and go wide. I hope he chases you.
Two and two with Encarnacion. Watching from the on deck circle. Out of play. Nice swing by Michael Brantley.
He's got a good hack. Guy making a play. Let's take a look. Brings his glove to the yard and sweet spots it. It's a player. He is the man.
Three and two.
So from a 1-2 count to a 3-2 count.
Into center field for Span. So the damage done against Block is 1 run on 2 hits. Top of the order coming up for the Giants.
is brought to you by Provident Credit Union Super Reward Checking. We pay you.
It is a 1-0 lead for the Cleveland Indians, and for the Giants, they will have the top of the order coming up, and that's thanks to a Joe Panik double and then an intentional walk to Hernandez.
Opposing averages through the lineup, and you look at Clevenger the first time through hitting 115, then they get a little bit more adjusted and used to the funkiness, and then they finally catch up to him around the third. Nobody's wearing this guy out.
No.
But that first time through the lineup, everybody's hitting 155. That has everything to do with the funky delivery.
So here's Span. Span hit a fly ball to center field. He was retired to open up the bottom of the first.
But they're starting through the lineup the second time, and they at least have an idea of release, of movement on the fastball, the type of breaking ball and changeup he has. When you're a scout and you look at a guy who's got herky jerk to his motion, I mean, you're concerned about how long this guy's going to last.
So it's 3-0. Giants will take a walk right here.
And if you look at Clevenger's delivery, you think that the big concern for him is when he comes through with his arm action, that elbow has to be at least as high as the shoulder. If it starts to get lower than his shoulder when he's releasing, he's going to stress out that elbow, and that's where he's going to get hurt. But he's been pretty good. I mean, he's been able to repeat that stroke. You look at his track numbers in the minor leagues, good strikeout walk ratio. Always had pretty good command of his stuff.
So Span will indeed take a walk. Well, join us on Thursday the 20th as we celebrate Game of Thrones. Your special event ticket is going to include a limited edition Game of Thrones House of Pence bobblehead to see the Giants take on the Padres. And remember, you need the special ticket, sfgiants.com/special events. Here's Nunez. Nunez had an infield hit in the first inning. Foul down the right field line and out of play. Well, looking to see if that Giants can tie the game here in the third inning.
Good looking bunch right there. Happy, smiling. This ballpark will do it to you.
Nunez trying to go to right field, does, but into the seats.
The thing about Nunez's swing is he really can get flat even when he goes down around the knees. There's a Bob Feller fan. But it's not the first time he's had that Giants hat on either.
It is not. Span with his lead. Nunez had a pretty good 0-2 pitch to take a whack at, and he fouls it back. So I didn't see it. The gentleman had a Giants hat on in the Feller jersey.
Yeah.
So he was conflicted in 1954.
Well, the Cleveland Indians had the best record in baseball that year. Heavy favorites against the Giants. The Giants swept them.
On the ground. One. Not in time.
I mean, this three-game series really highlights two great keystone combinations. Lindor, Ramirez. And Ramirez, I mean, he's not normally a second baseman. He's playing second base out of necessity, but I mean, he's sweet around the bag. And Brandon Crawford, Joe Panik, fun to watch.
Sweet around the bag.
Sweet around the bag.
Here's Belt, his first at bat after a couple of day layoff. He struck out. Overshift is on. Urshela is the lone defender on the left side, and he's playing his normal third base position, but a little ways off the line at third. And Belt pulls it foul. So it's no balls and 1 strike. Some work for Brad. And he picks the old left-hander. No balls and 1 strike. Yeah, that boy, Jim.
Hey, that's action.
Pick it up and it stops rolling. That's how I liked it the last couple of years I played.
That's not
Hey,
true.
Crook, can you get one where they just like roll it at me and it stops?
You did come up to me in a spring training game and said, "Don't let him hit it to me today."
I was being honest.
I thought you were making
I
a
also
joke.
meant not a little bit to my left or right either.
It was cold that day in Scottsdale.
Yeah, I actually felt the chill from your personality after you worked about 2 innings.
It was a rough 2 innings.
Two and 1 to Belt. Belt cues this one.
Tell you, that changeup Clevenger has. I mean, he sets it up so beautifully with the arm action. And I think that a herky jerk delivery on a changeup is even disguises the pitch more than the normal fastball changeup arm action that you see guys have. I mean, nobody has scored up that changeup. Yan Gomes wants another one. Why not?
Belt foul.
Oops. There was a time he made that play.
Well, see, what do you do now?
Wait till it stops rolling. Yeah. Hey, he made a friend.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Belt.
They are friends for life, I got to tell you.
Belt takes high. Well, if you're ever going to throw a 3-2 changeup, here it is right here. If you've got the confidence to do it.
Well, he threw it to Buster Posey. He struck him out with it in the first inning. 3-2 changeup.
Struck him out. Nunez has no chance. And that'll end the inning. It remains 1-0.
Play of the game. It's brought to you by your Bay Area Mercedes-Benz dealers. Tie block July 5th of this year against the Tigers. Well, that was his last start before the break. He went 6 strong, 3 runs allowed, a couple strikeouts, 90 pitches, and he would be the winning pitcher. That's our Mercedes pivotal play.
So here he's facing Encarnacion and starts him off with a strike. Is this the dueling battles of changeups?
Well, you're seeing 2 good ones. Block has had a good changeup tonight. Clevenger has had a great changeup tonight.
Encarnacion with a base hit to right field in the second. And here he tries it again and he fouls it out of play. Just off the plate, 2-2.
Boy, good pitch. I mean, that's the type of pitch you want to throw up there in a 1-2 count, 0-2 count. I mean, that's a pitch that makes a guy think, and not just the hitter, it makes the umpire think too.
Big swing and a dribbler foul. It's a long homestand. Padres are in for 4 starting Thursday night. On the ground to Crawford. And Crawford.
Well, Jose Ramirez coming up. I mean, he's unique in Cleveland Indian history. He's just one of 2 guys that has had 6 RBIs in a game. In fact, he's the first guy since my partner Dwayne Kuiper did it back in 1978. Couple of bases loaded triples gave you 6 for the game, and now you have company. So second baseman with 6 RBIs. You 2 guys stand alone. Nice going. What do you remember about that game?
And I was really upset though that he did that because I didn't even know he did, to be honest with you. It was a second game of a doubleheader at Yankee Stadium. As Crawford's going to make another play.
Well, you did it with 2 triples, and he did it with 2 home runs. And that was a big boy, and he did it again, and he goes opposite field. This guy's only 5'9", and that's what he admits to. We don't think he is 5'9". He's a little bit shorter than that, but he has got lots of pop. And on that day, he joined Dwayne Kuiper.
He got the run easy. I had to run hard twice.
Well, who'd you hit the triples off of?
I don't remember.
You were in a daze.
Might have been. I want to say one of them might have been off of Catfish. I'm not sure. It's 0-2 to Urshela. I was tired. I remember that. Because it was
double header. Come on.
Second game.
You played both ends.
1 ball and 2 strikes. And a flare to right. And Span's going to run it down, and that'll end the inning. Actually, a little bit more than a flare. He hit that ball well. Buster Posey's going to lead things off.
Sports Bay Area is brought to you by Kelly Moore Paints. Go where the pros go. Kelly Moore, the painter's paint store. And by Da Vinci Marble. Hit a home run on your next remodel with slabs, tiles, and more from the Bay Area's premier showroom. Da Vinci Marble.
And it's 1-0 Cleveland. The Giants come up here in the home half of the fourth inning. And it will indeed be Buster Posey to lead things off. Buster struck out in the first inning. Hitting right at 325. Breaking ball, no balls and one strike. Four hits for the Indians, the Giants with a pair. And the 1-1 to Posey is outside corner, 1-2.
A wince there from Posey, thinking, hey, you haven't been calling that for my pitcher. What's up with that?
Breaking ball rolled to third. And Urshela is going to throw him out.
Well, the Giants Insider Podcast is back on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Brought to you by Max Muscle. Log on each week as Insider Alex Pavlovich. We'll talk baseball with players, coaches, special guests, and more. The Giants Insider Podcast with Alex Pavlovich on NBCSportsBayArea.com. Also available on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. That's like a sobriety test. Saying that last line.
I agree.
iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify.
Crawford shows bunt and he takes a strike. Next year there'll be 7 more to follow that.
Hey, I expect that.
Crawford with a swing and a miss. So now Crawford in a hole, trying to get on for Hunter Pence. A Tuesday night, it's chilly. 61 degrees first pitch. High fastball to show me fastball 1 and 2. Tight 2 and 2.
The thing too about Clevenger, I mean, he works a quick pace, as does Ty Block. It always helps when you're pitching if the other guy you're facing has the same rhythm you do. If you're a fast worker and you got a guy who's a slow worker, or vice versa, it can throw you off.
Three and 2. And foul. Skips into the seats and then to Brad Jensen.
All right. He's searching for a candidate.
He's got him. Crawford taps it foul again.
When you're a ball dude, you have a ball in your hand, you're the most popular guy in the
You are
ballpark.
Santa Claus, man.
But after you get rid of it, except for the guy or the little one you give it to, everybody else hates you. So it's not easy being a ball dude.
Oh my goodness. Crawford fouls another one.
Yeah, he fouled off that changeup, and that's not an easy thing to do. And what we've learned from Clevenger is he's not afraid to throw that 3-2 pitch.
Think he paid for that one?
Yeah, he's wearing it a little bit.
What is that? yeah, it got me right here.
Yeah.
But
I didn't spill a drop, honey. Really?
I did throw up though. High down the left field line, and it's Brantley who makes the catch. No,
Yep.
seriously, it's not that bad. No, I'm good. Yeah, right here.
Yeah. Well, hey, you can definitely take a punch. Does it hurt right there? I mean, right here?
You know what my wife would ask me? That's not a dry cleanable, is it? Yeah.
Here on your shirt.
That's not a dry cleanable. No balls in one strike. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. A welt for a
Yeah,
ball,
no,
not a problem.
It was well worth it. Where am I? They're just continuing to work the outside part of the plate to Hunter Pence.
That's a happy boy smile right there.
And Pence had that pitch drift in a little bit. It stays at 1-2.
Yeah, that's some hang on it. Clevenger has not hung many breaking balls tonight.
And that will end the inning. Strikeout number 5. All right, we're going to find out. Does it hurt? Yeah,
Hey,
dude.
right there.
Seriously.
This date 1927 at the Polo Grounds in Game 1 of a doubleheader. Mel Ott hit his first career homer. It was an inside the park home run off Cubs pitcher Hal Carlson, and it was the only home run he hit that season. Ott was 18 years old at the time. He would finish with 511 home runs, and he would go to the Hall of Fame.
Yan Gomes takes a belt-high fastball for a strike. Maybe not a fastball, but a strike nevertheless. Out of play. Gomes it into a double play to end the second inning.
Two-fisted. Not often you see somebody walking down the aisle with a cup of coffee and a beer. Those folks from Cleveland, I'm telling you, they're hardy. I don't know how that did not hit him.
Man, I thought it did. He's got power. He hit a home run last night. And the end of the bat is fair, and the ball is foul. And before you know it, Gomes has a new bat in his hand.
Well, bring your selfie stick wherever you go.
Do you have a selfie stick?
Absolutely. Greatest thing ever made.
See, we got one in the house. I thought it was a back scratcher. I didn't have any idea what it was.
No, I could extend mine out about 30 feet.
Got him. Let's check in with Amy G. Amy, what do you got?
Oh, I got a good one for you, Dwayne. You said you talked to your former teammate, Indians broadcaster Rick Manning, earlier today. Well, so did I. I did my investigative reporting and got the scoop. He said a lot of really nice things, though, so it's not too much fun. He said he was so young, he was 17 years old, and you served as a big brother to him and showed him the ropes. But he also said your nickname was the agitator. Mike, you could probably comment on this. He said Dwayne was a perfect washing machine, stirred it up, and then left the scene of the crime so he never got caught. He then added, it's 40-plus years that you are one of his best baseball friends. Guys?
Well, that's a good scout report.
A what?
Because my partner, Dwayne Kuiper, he could talk just at a level that the guy across the room would not hear it. And he would say things that would make you laugh that the guy across the room would never say. Now, if I did that, I'd be fighting. And you would stir it up.
On the ground to Belt.
Well, Dwayne Kuiper and Rick Manning, a bit younger.
$35 ago. Yeah, that's 1975.
Yep. A couple of guys breaking hearts in Cleveland.
I get a call. Maybe I told this story last night, but I'm in Reno. I started out the season in Reno, my first year in pro ball. June draft comes around. Manny gets drafted #1. And I get a call from the general manager, Phil Segi, and he said, hey, you got a couple of roommates, right? I said, yes. He goes, well, you have one more. He arrives tomorrow. He'll be living with you. It's like, really? So who's going to show who the ropes? Guy from a dairy farm or a guy from Buffalo?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if there's any ropes at all to share in Racine, or I don't know Buffalo.
Well, the kid from Buffalo was wise beyond his 17 years, but he is a joy. Where has the time gone?
by the authority of the San Francisco Giants and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Giants Baseball Club, LLC.
I mentioned earlier the Padres are going to be in town this weekend, and on Sunday, the first 20,000 fans, they're going to receive a Giants bucket hat courtesy of Macy's. That's right. Look at that bucket hat. Tickets available at sfgiants.com. That's a great looking bucket hat.
You know, I didn't even know I didn't know what a bucket hat was. I heard we were doing it. Now I know.
Well, we see the bucket hat in Bruce Bochy's office.
And it literally is a bucket hat. Somebody took a trash can, because Bruce Bochy has a large dome, and they took a hat, they stretched it over
A bucket.
a trash can. I mean, his nickname for the longest time has been Buckethead. And it's pretty funny.
There's Floyd.
At least we think it's pretty funny.
Here's Panic. Panic's hit the ball the sharpest in this game for the Giants, and that was a double off of archway number 2 on one hop. Floyd R. Turbo. And this is skied into center field for Zimmer. 1 out. And here's Hernandez.
Giants with a couple walks and a couple knocks, and that's been it against Mike Clevenger.
Hernandez was walked intentionally. And a strike, and it's 0-1 with Ty Block on deck. Nice crowd tonight. Bleachers are packed, as you would expect. But it has cooled off a bit. We're definitely down in the middle 50s right now.
Feels good.
It wasn't really a complaint. Popped up. Ramirez at second. 2 outs for Block. Block who struck out to end the second. Ty Block takes a strike. One he might wish he had coming at him again.
Yeah, he may have been told to take a pitch too. That's one thing Bruce Bochy will tell a lot of his pitchers: take a strike, which means you're going to go up there and you're going to take till you get one strike on you. Then he may turn you loose. If you're not a good hitter, you may get another take sign. Speaking of bucket, if you want to see stepping in the bucket, that last pitch was a pretty good example of it.
And that'll end the inning.
Another example of it.
6 strikeouts for Clevenger. Top of the order coming up for the Tribe.
break brought to you by T-Mobile. Tomorrow's scheduled starters will be Carlos Carrasco on the hill, a 10-game winner for the Tribe, taking on Matt Cain. And the coverage begins at 11:30 a.m. on NBC Sports Bay Area. And I think we'll be here.
You know what, Mike? I'm going to show up.
Counting on that, partner.
It's going to be good. So here's Geyer, who he will lead things off, and Geyer has the only RBI in this game with a triple. As he knocked in Bradley Zimmer. Swinging and popping it up, and Hunter Pence. One pitch went out, and what is that?
That's a gift. Well, and it's a gift, especially when you have the leadoff hitter at the top of the lineup leading off. It's like, thank you very much.
Here's Lindor.
Especially when that guy had a triple against you, his last at bat.
Yeah, very aggressive. Lindor takes a pitch high with Michael Brantley on deck. There's a Lindor fan. And who wouldn't be if you're an Indians fan? My goodness, what an exciting young player this guy is.
Yeah, this guy, he's going to make a lot of all-star teams. Good looking young player. And we are told he is the leader in that clubhouse.
Taking all the way, it's 3-1.
He's not a guy you can continuously groove one speed down the middle of the plate to, too. He's got 14 home runs.
And the walk.
That's one-time block wanted right there. Well, Giants coverage is not over after the postgame show. The McCovey Chronicles, Grant Brisbee and Therese Vignal bring you a fresh take on the game and the season on Giants Outsiders tonight after postgame live.
Brantley is flied out twice, once to left, once to center.
There's the official Dwayne Kuiper home run t-shirt.
My goodness.
I've got one of those.
Jam shot, and it's going to fall. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. And now the ball gets away, and Nunez will chase it down. And Encarnacion's going to hit. So the crowd kind of got worked up over that little ball hit by everybody. Lindor thought about going, but he put on the brakes. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
On TV today, and we can't wait to see everybody.
That's a good looking bunch right there.
Yeah, it is. Good looking personality.
And he's watching himself on TV as he's waving.
You know, those are Sammer's kids, and it really that's. Even though Sammer's been in the business for a long time, he can't even do that.
It's talent.
And a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. Good speed on base for the Indians. And a healthy rip, and it's 1-2.
Does not get cheated. Take a look at the power generated off that backside. I mean, it's just a compact swing. He doesn't have a lot to it. I mean, that's the thing that really makes him special. Over the years, putting up big power numbers, big RBI numbers consistently. You can see from that swing where he gets it. I mean, he can generate some torque.
On the ground to Crawford. Crawford to Panic. Panic to Belt. And Block does it again. He gets the double play. Good looking bunch. And they would like to see a run or two.
Is brought to you by the all-new 2017 Chrysler Pacifica by AAA. Get a free canvas backpack. Restrictions apply. Go to AAA.com/road trip or to a AAA branch for details. By Southwest. Yes to low fares with nothing to hide. That's transparency. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new sweet or spicy barbecue bacon cheeseburger and chicken sandwich. Limited time only. And by Heffernan Insurance Brokers. Insurance and financial services for you and your business. Visit hefins.com.
Well, here at the corner of 3rd and King, we got a 1-0 ball game. Giants have not been able to do much offensively. Nunez an infield hit, Panic a double, a couple of walks, but that's it. And now they'll have the top of the order coming up, and that'll be Denard Span. Span is flied out and he's walked.
And he has a chance to upset everything here.
Right back to where it came from. And on one pitch, Span is retired.
Yeah, I'm sure he's disappointed with that. I always talk about the importance of a leadoff hitter, the guy who hits #1 in your lineup, leading off an inning deep in a ball game, especially a 1-run game. So a bit of a disappointment for Span. But again, it was the changeup. Changeup, I just, there's nobody been able to square it up tonight.
Nope, not one bit. Nunez, an infield hit, takes a pitch up and in. 1 ball and no strikes.
Clevenger's wondering where that was. The zone tonight has been very consistent. It has been a small zone.
Foul back.
Here's the first pitch in this sequence, and that very easily could have been a strike.
Yep, absolutely.
But the strike zone has not floated around, has not been inconsistent, and that's all you can ask an umpire. Be consistent. Set it, stick to it. And Rob Drake has done that.
So Nunez, after falling behind 0-1, gets it to 3 balls and 1 strike. Hit out into right center field. Geyer on the move. Still on the move, and he dropped it! Nunez is rounding the bag at first, and he's into second. Well, we'll see if that's a hit or an error.
Yeah, I think this is an error. I mean, Geyer got over there plenty of time. I mean, he had to dig to get it.
Yeah, that's an error.
Well, that's one he's got to catch.
Error.
I think that's the right call. I mean, that's kind of an embarrassing play for an outfielder. You get that much glove on it. I mean, you're not diving. You got there in plenty of time, and he just muffed it. So for the second time tonight, the Giants get a runner at second base.
So here's Belt. Belt with a swing. And a miss. Belt has struck out twice, so he's got some work to do. The pitch is high. Mr. Posey waiting in the wings. It's a 1-0 lead for the Indians. Nice play. Gomes. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Nice little backhander. He had time to get to it because of the speed of the pitch. It was a changeup. Still, that doesn't take away from the effort. That was a good play. Setting up on the outside corner, and there's the reach back. If that's a fastball, he didn't make that play.
And a pickoff play. 3-1.
Well, it's a weapon when you've got a catcher with a great arm, and Yan Gomes is that type of catcher, and he's not afraid to show it off. He has got a little leaky at second base, and all of a sudden, whoop. Lindor gives him a thumbs up.
3-1. Three and 2.
Changeup. Boy, and how many times have we seen Clevenger do that? 3-2 count, 3-1 count, 2-0 count. Just pure fastball count. And the sell job with the arm action is everybody is convinced they're getting a fastball, and they're just short, way out front. Well, that changeup is a weapon. Throw it in again.
Belt stays alive. Barely.
Caught a piece. Take a look at the defense, and they really don't show Belt a lot of respect in the outfield. All 3 outfielders playing medium depth.
Three and 2. High and foul down the left field line and out of play. So Belt in a battle with Buster Posey watching. A hit here could very well tie the game. He got him again.
That's 3 times. This time it's the fastball elevated above the belt. And Bell with his uppercut cannot keep that top hand on it. Seven strikeouts tonight for Clevenger. He's had 1 called strike 3, 6 swing and misses on the strike 3.
Outside and low. Buster Posey has struck out and he's rolled out to third. The pitch, and there's a strike.
And Posey was not sitting on a fastball 1-0. He was sitting on a changeup. The toughest pitch to sit on. Extra base hits by catchers this year. Giants in second with the Diamondbacks and the Astros behind the Dodgers.
And that's going to just leak off the plate. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. There's Brandon Crawford. We're in the 6th inning. It's a 1-0 ball game. Only 7 hits in the game. Giants caught a break with Geyer dropping the ball in right center field, and Nunez is at second. And here's the 3-1 to Buster Posey. And a base hit up the middle. And here comes Nunez. And now Nunez got a late break, and the throw home is not in time. I have no idea what Nunez was doing, but that almost became a disaster.
I mean, there's 2 outs. I mean, you're going. I think when he saw this ball get hit, he's thinking it's going to get caught. I mean, it was off the tip of the bat. But Posey gets enough on it to get it to the outfield. And watch Nunez, he slows down. I mean, there's 2 outs. Phil Nevin about had a heart attack, the Giants' third base coach. But in the end, he does score. We got a brand new ball game. And that'll make the third base coach talk to himself.
So the error has helped the Giants pick up a run.
All right, 2 outs. So watch Nunez. He just kind of breaks down as he's going around third. Remember, Zimmer's got a great arm. He's got 7 assists on the year.
One of the most unenthusiastic handshakes from manager to player I've ever seen.
Hey, in the end, it ended out well, but Bruce Bochy has seen the Giants lose in some weird ways this year. That was odd.
A furrowed browed handshake. Here's Crawford. Crawford with a swing and a miss. Well, watch the manager.
Yeah, really? Seriously. Oh, man.
Crawford takes low. Pitch wise now, or count wise, it's 97 pitches for Clevenger.
And there is activity in the bullpen for the Indians.
Tried to come back in. It's 2 balls and a strike.
Not missed by much.
Not
giving in. 2-1 changeup. Next pitch will be number 100. Boone Logan, one of 3 lefties in that bullpen for the Tribe.
Boone Logan. Crawford pops it up. Lindor backpedaling. Says, I got it. And he does. And that'll end the inning. Giants tie it up. 7th inning coming up. Summary, and it's brought to you by, well, of course, your local Toyota dealer. 1-1 ball game. You see the line for both pitchers. Both have been very good. Clevenger's run was unearned. Ty Block's was earned. 100 pitches for Clevenger. He might be done. Ty Block with 83. And he's going to go after Jose Ramirez here in the 7th inning. I've been impressed with, well, we've seen Ty Block all year, but I've been impressed with Mike Clevenger.
Yeah, 2 good young arms going at each other tonight. They have handled themselves well.
And a flare to right. Pence is coming in. He dives and he makes the catch.
It's a great play. And there's that point when you're an outfielder and it's a tie ball game. You got a leadoff hitter. I mean, this is a ball that if it gets by you, it's going to be 3 bases. And you got to make the decision. And Pence, aggressive all the way. One more look.
That's a nice play.
He took away. That's just a great play. Look at the concentration. Watches it. And it braces the fall.
Breaking ball for a strike to Urshela.
You got to have closing speed, and you got to sell. And he sold out for it.
He did. You're right. There's no safety or defensive back behind you if you do not catch it.
No. You know, in a tie ball game, I mean, you're talking about a guy with good speed, Jose Ramirez. He's over at 3rd base, and then also invigorated Block.
Urshela gets jammed, and Crawford's going to throw him out. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy.
All right, gentlemen, congratulations in order for Brandon Crawford. He was chosen as the 2017 Heart and Hustle recipient award on the Giants. Every team does get a winner. It's a very special award because it is voted on by Major League Baseball Alumni Association. It's the only award given out by former players. It goes to a player who best demonstrates a passion for the game and embodies the values, spirit, and tradition of the game. Eli Whiteside shared his thoughts. He said, Brandon plays the game hard and the right way and comes to play every day. And this is the third time Brandon Crawford has received the Heart and Hustle Award. Guys?
He's got a section in his home for the Heart and Hustle Award. So congratulations. As Yan Gomes stands in with a kind of 1 ball and no strikes. Gomes is wrapped into a double play, and then he struck out looking in the 5th. Swing and a miss, 2 balls and a strike.
Very stingy with his pitches at 91 on the night. Efficient.
On the ground, foul.
Jim was begging for a ball from Eli, and
Eli's thinking, look, if I let it go and my bullpen catcher gets dinged, it's on me. And a bit high.
Not that Ty Block didn't want it. Just at the top of the strike zone. I think, how can the guy not swing at that?
And a flare to right, and a base hit. So Bradley Zimmer's going to hit with 2 outs. You get a guy like Yan Gomes, and you say, all right, well, look, I'll take that. Rather than having hit one in the seats, I'll take that single.
Well, it's an opposite field single, too, and a 3-2 count. That's a good at bat.
Zimmer lined a single up the middle for a hit in the 3rd. And he takes a strike. Gomes, not a guy that's likely to steal, but you never know. Good pitch, nothing in 2. 96 pitches now for Ty Block. On the ground, foul.
Good change up after a fastball. Pull a little on, take a little off, move the ball around. Doesn't really throw much of the same pitch, same location ever 2 pitches in a row.
Out of play.
The other thing too is he pitches inside effectively on both sides of the plate. We know that his bread and butter against right-handers is on that inside part of the plate with a cut fastball, but he also pitches well inside the lefties. Corey Gearin finishing off his throws. Brian Shaw in the Indians bullpen.
And a flinch. It's 2-2.
Oh, I tell you what, Bruce Bochy's losing his mind. Asking Rob Drake, where was that? And he's looking at where Buster Posey catches the ball. I mean, it's between the knees. And Posey in the eye of Bruce Bochy. I mean, that if he's not moving his glove, it's got to be a strike.
So now it's a 3-2 count, and Gomes will take off.
I'd say this about Bradley Zimmer. He's got the best eye on this Indians team because he's taking some pitches that are scraping up next to the strike zone.
It's 3-2. And a high foul, and it'll drift down the left field line and out of play.
Hey, nice play. So the ninth pitch of the at bat is about to be thrown.
On the ground to Crawford. Crawford's going to have to go the long way, but it squirts underneath his glove.
Well, he knew he had to hurry. And we really thought with the pinch hitter coming up going to be right-handed that you're going to see the end of Ty Blach. Not so. Crawford, I don't know, even with his strong arm, if he was going to be able to get Zimmer, who really got out of the box well.
Carlos Santana is going to be the pinch hitter. So Santana's going to hit.
And this really is respect from Bruce Bochy to Ty Blach and what he's done tonight to allow him to pitch and stay in this game.
Santana's a switch hitter. And a strike, and it's 0-1.
Santana hitting 220 from the right side, 246 from the left side.
This is what you lose. This is what the Indians lose when they play in a National League ballpark.
10 home runs, 5 from each side, 5 right, 5 left. They lose their DH.
And their DH is playing at first base tonight. Otherwise, it would be Santana playing at first.
Now this is called a ball, and I'm telling you, the strike zone tonight is about the size of a toilet seat. The corners are round.
Nunez, and that'll end the inning. Here's the play by Hunter Pence that started out the inning. It would have been different if he doesn't catch it. It remains 1-1.
It says, grab some wine, meat. Hey, if you want that, go to sfgiants.com/special events. I want to get that. I want to get that. I want to get that.
A 1-1 ball game, and it's time for a Change Things Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
So the new pitcher now for the Indians will be Brian Shaw. 44th time that he has come into a game. And that, folks, is a lot of work.
And he does it every year.
He is a workhorse. You're going to see a fastball that's low to mid-90s. A lot of cutters. You're going to see more cutters than anything else. He also has a slider. Not an easy guy to pull if you're hitting right-handed off him.
Right out of bed at 93 and a call strike.
You know, the other thing too about Shaw, I mean, he's got a little crossover step, so it's a crossfire release with that little cut, so he makes you give with the way that he strides, and then he's got that little cut working away from the right-handed hitter.
Tapped to Lindor, and they got him. So Pencil for 3, and here's Panic. Panic is 1 for 2.
This is how the inning ended, with Bradley Zimmer really coming in hard. Now, there's 2 outs. He's coming to second base like he's trying to break up a double play, and Joe Panic did not appreciate it.
So here's Panic. I mean, it's a perfect example of if you're playing those positions in the middle of the diamond, you just can't take anything for granted. You just got to get out of there.
That's like a boxer. Protect yourself at all times. And Panic did manage to get out of the way, but that was unnecessary.
Down the line, foul. I think Brad's 3 for 3 on picking up balls that stop rolling.
Well, he did have 1 snow cone.
That's true. 3 for 4. One ball and 1 strike. Panic lifts this one into left center field. 2 outs. And here's Gorky Hernandez. Still guy got a ball.
Oh yeah. Nice going, Mom and Dad. Raising that pair right.
Let's see, of those 4, who do you think goes to sleep first?
Well, the one in Mom's lap might not make it to the car.
Swinging a foul.
Hunter Strickland will pitch the top of the 8th inning, finishing off his warm-up throws, which means Ty Block's night is over no matter what happens here. And boy, was he good tonight.
He can only get a win. And this goes right back to where it came from. And the underhand flip. And that'll end the inning. 8th inning coming up.
Big play the Togo's way. We go back to the top of 7th inning and nobody out. Jose Ramirez hit what we think has a chance to be an extra base hit, but Hunter Pence says, I don't think so. Sweet spots it, gets the out, and the Giants would put a 0 on the top of the 7 to keep this score tied. That is our Togo's big play, the Togo's way.
1-1 ball game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Hunter Strickland comes in now for the 39th time this year, having a solid season. He keeps whittling that ERA down, mid to high 90 velocity. He's got a slider and a curveball and a split.
Here's Geyer, and Geyer swinging and missing, and it's 1 ball, or make it no balls and 1 strike. A triple for Geyer in the 3rd, and with that triple he picked up an RBI. Pretty good pitch, but taken down low. 1 ball and 1 strike. Lindor on deck. 2 balls and a strike. Big game tomorrow. Padres are in town on Thursday night for a 4-game series. Then the Pirates. How about that? The Pirates in for 3. Two and 2. That's called too late.
It ate him up. It ate him up.
Too late.
Set in the inside corner and he throws it right through. And look at the 2-seam movement. I mean, that's become a pretty good pitch for Strickland. He's starting to believe in the 2 and the 4 seam.
A pretty good rip, and it stays at 2 and 2.
You can't get lazy with location. Not with 2 strikes. When you're throwing one up there between the belt and the letters, if it's out over the plate, that's the easiest one to defend.
Here's the 2-2. And a full count.
Back inside with another 2-seamer. That's another good pitch. Just haven't been many corner pitch strikes called tonight. You know, I credit both starters tonight, Mike Clevenger and Ty Block. They didn't get a lot of help from corner strikes. Rob Drake has been very tight.
Tap slowly to Crawford. And Crawford's going to make the play. They got him. And that's a great play.
Well, and you're sending Speed back to the bench. Remember, it's a leadoff hitter. And if you get Speed on the base pass, it sets up an inning. And this was do or die. And halfway into this, as he's charging it, he's realizing he's got 1 chance, and that's to the bare hand. And he makes it Omar Vizquel style, only with a little more mustard behind the throw, and he had to have it, and just does get Geyer. Nice play. He sweet spots it right in the middle of the hand. Hunter Strickland digging it. Why not?
Digging it, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? Here's Lindor. And he takes wide.
Mentioned Lindor's got 14 home runs and 9 have been hitting left-handed.
Shows bunt high. 2 balls and no strikes. 10 hits in the game. The Giants with only 3 managed to tie it up with the help of an error in the 6th. And high again. It's 3-0.
Yeah, this becomes a big pitch. You got the beef coming up. You got the guys that hit the extra base hits, and you do not want to put a guy with speed on top in front of those big hitters by way of the walk.
And strike. Three and one. Lindor waits. He'll be looking for something to drive. He got it, and he fouls it out of play.
Yep, get those gloves on just right.
And perfect. So it's 3-2. Strickland trying to come back after falling behind 3-0. Hit well into left center field, but Gorkis Hernandez with lots of room, and that's out number 2.
Nice comeback for Strickland.
Well, MLB.com at bat is your #1 mobile app for live Giants baseball. Get Giants home screen icons and app features. Download MLB.com at bat today. Brantley is 1 for 3. And a first pitch strike for the Giants in the bottom of the inning. They'll have a pinch hitter and then the top of the order.
This is a first pitch changeup, and this is a pitch that they really have been encouraging Strickland to throw much more, and that's a great pitch. It's a great pitch because Strickland is established around baseball with the fastball, and there's nobody who's going to go up there and look for anything but that fastball on a first pitch. And for Dave Righetti and Mark Gardner, I mean, that's something they want to see more of, because it makes the fastball look much better when you can establish that you have a changeup in the eye of the hitter.
Span out in left center field, and that'll end the inning. Strickland with a nice job. And now the bottom of the 8th coming up.
pitch. 12:45 first pitch, but the hour-long pregame live will start at 11:30 a.m. You'll see it right here in NBC Bay Area, NBC Sports Bay Area. This season, the Giants games are available to stream live on the NBC Sports app for up-to-the-minute Giants news. Log on to the NBCSportsBayArea.com for insider Alex Pavlovich. We give that guy 2 thumbs up.
It's a 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitching change. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair expert. So that's Andrew Miller.
Andrew Miller, 6'7", long, lanky, long-armed, and a low 3/4 release. You're going to see 2 pitches, a fastball that can go mid to high 90s and a hard slider. And look at the numbers: 68 strikeouts in 45 2/3, just 31 base runners in 45 2/3.
And it'll be Gomez to face Miller. Giants looking to score a run here in the 8th and then get Dyson into the game. So here's Gomez. You see his numbers in Richmond, and those are good numbers considering that Richmond is a league that is highly touted as a pitcher's league.
Well, and he's hit 300 every level he's played at, so they know this guy can swing the bat, and he likes the first pitch.
And it's not close. 1 ball and no strikes. Now the count is even. Span to follow, and then Nunez.
That's kind of a neutralizing slider, especially in a 1-0 count the first time you've ever seen it. And he's going to see it again.
Through the legs of Gomes, it's now 1-2. The Tribe ranks in bullpen.
Yeah, lowest bullpen ERA at 2.89. They've only given up 29 home runs. That's the 4th fewest. And opponents hit 220 off them.
Get on the ground, foul.
He's going to get every ball. He might start diving into fair territory here.
Jim Cole-Reese, Labrador.
Yep, got a little bird dog in him.
I think he shocked Phil Nevin. On the ground towards the hole. Lindor's got to hurry, and they got him.
Well, that's the play that defines a big league shortstop. And that is an all-star caliber play from an all-star. Once it got past Urshela, it was going to come down to quick exchange and gun. And boy, everything quickened up, and he just does get him. I mean, when you're coming up from Double-A ball, you're not used to seeing that play get made against you.
Pretty much 1 for 1. Here's Span. Span is 0 for 2. Out of play off the end of the bat. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Souvenir.
Yep, there's 108 seams on that. 369 yards of wound yarn.
Into center field, but Zimmer is there. 2 outs. Well, Giants baseball on NBC Sports Bay Area is brought to you by the California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways, reminding you to always wear your life jacket and get home safe. Here's Nunez. Nunez is 1 for 3. He scored the only run in this game for the Giants. And right now his job either knock one out of the park or get on base for Brandon Belt. Guarding the line at third is Urshela. And there's a strike.
Basically a two-pitch guy, but unique in his delivery. And his slider is big. It's enormous. I mean, you're hitting off of it. It's almost like the ball's coming at you from the first baseman.
Hit on the ground, and this is going to end the inning. So 11 pitches for Miller, and it remains 1-1. For Eastern's Giants postgame live. You get highlights, reaction, analysis. It's all coming up for a full hour right after the game. So Sam Dyson comes in. It's a 1-1 ball game. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Auto Service, your trusted oil change tune-up and repair experts.
Take a look at the numbers for Sam Dyson. This is combined his start of the year with Texas that did not fare well. Since he's put on a Giants uniform, he is really straightened himself out. You see a fastball that he can cut and sink, more sink. That'll go mid to high 90s. Got a slider, change up. Throwing a lot of confidence right now.
Encarnacion takes a late call strike, and it's 0-1. Encarnacion 1 for 3. Not close. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Dyson need to get that one out of his system.
Just a bit outside.
One pitch is low.
Dyson staying away with him.
Nope, 3-1.
This becomes a big pitch. I mean, tie ball game. I mean, you have to respect that he's got power, and he's going to look one speed, one movement, one location, but you can't walk him.
the walk.
The only redeeming thing about a sinker baller walking leadoff hitter is that he can get the ground ball to get the double play. And Jose Ramirez, who's stepping in now, he has hit into 10 of them this year. And I think that's why Buster Posey's out there, just to kind of reassert that thought. Hey, your sinker's good, it's explosive. Let's just get this guy to hit the ball on the ground. We'll get double play, not a problem. Forget all about that leadoff walk.
Well, here's Jose Ramirez, so things do not get any easier. And a pop-up. It'll be panic. One out.
That's the thing about a guy who's had a rough spell like Sam Dyson had at the start of the year. He didn't have a lot of confidence. And when you have a leadoff hitter start off an inning with a walk and you're not a confident pitcher, that's just like a recipe for disaster. But he's a different cat now than he was at the start of the season.
Here's Urshela, who takes a strike.
Good sinker to get strike one. Posey says, let me see that sinker again. I like that first one.
And tap. Posey's got it. He's going to look to second. And I don't think anybody was at second.
I don't know if they had time to get there.
I think Buster looked to throw to second, but
Crawford broke the other way, and you're right. Panic was a little late getting over there as well. So what happens is the Indians do get a runner in score position.
Yan Gomes. Is the chopper to third, and this is going to end the inning. Nice job by Dyson, who pitches through a leadoff walk. Now, Giants will try to go home. It'll be Belt, Posey, and Crawford. It's 1-1. Grant Brisby and Therese Vigneault. And they'll bring you a fresh look on the Giants and on the season on Giants Outsiders. And it's tonight after Postgame Live. All right, so we have a pretty good matchup of a lefty in Miller and a lefty in Belt. Belt, well, he's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and he takes a strike.
Well, I mean, for a guy with power, you can forget 3 strikeouts in one swing of the bat if you knock one out of the park. Before. With a little sling and cut outside, didn't miss by much. Belt looking for a mistake.
There's Buster Posey. One thing Belt can do is he can take a walk. And he went from 0-1 to 3-1. And it's 3-2.
Skipper not happy. Belt's not happy. Set a wide target. That's on the outside corner, and he catches it off his left knee. So it gives you an idea that that's a strike we haven't seen much of all night long, which is why Bochy's upset.
Well, that one was not even close. So none of it really mattered. And here's Buster Posey. Right down Broadway, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Posey on a check swing, and Miller wants to know, well, where's the pitch?
Yan Gomes pleading the same case. I mean, they think they got 2 strikes, one by way of a swing, one by way of a call. Yeah, that's a good pitch. Tight zone tonight, folks. That's what Francona's looking at. He sees it's high enough.
Well, here's where Buster Posey is going to guess.
Well, and you got a 50% chance of guessing right because you're only going to see 2 different types of pitches from Andrew Miller, fastball or slider.
3-1.
Cody Allen, the closer for the Indians, is ready. He got heated up to face Posey. But with the left-handed hitting Brandon Crawford on deck, Miller stayed in.
And the walk.
So a rally for free. 2 gifts of 90 feet.
And now we got a meeting, and everybody in the infield will come in and have a word with Andrew Miller.
Well, with Miller so tough on left-handers, I mean, it is a thought that Bruce Bochy's going to have as to whether or not he should sacrifice Brandon Crawford, who's a good bunter. And it is easier for a left-hander to get the ball down the third base line, which is where you want to try and bunt it with runners at first and second.
I might be a little surprised if he was bunting here, but
now the bottom line is the Indians have to defend against it.
yes, they do. And look, you can use it to your advantage if you're hitting.
One thing you know about Crawford is that he's got an excellent left field approach against left-handers.
And he will ambush you on the first pitch. One ball and no strikes.
No sign of a bunt. Now, if you're Francona, the skipper for the Indians, do you bring in Urshela? Do you leave them there protecting against the bunt? Do you bring him back and relax him? And there's a big hole on that left side. And Urshela, the third baseman, does not have a lot of range playing in on the grass.
And Crawford showed bunt, and it's outside. It's 2-0. Thinking he's going to look for a fastball right down the middle of the plate.
This is not a situation where Andrew Miller has an open base to play with. He's got to throw a strike.
And he does. And it's 2-1.
You've got average speed at second with Brandon Belt. You do not have a good arm in left field with Michael Brantley. You have an outstanding arm in center field with Bradley Zimmer, and an average arm in right field with Brandon Geyer.
And a pickoff play, and Belt just gets back in.
That was way too close, but it is a difficult thing for a runner. When you're anticipating the 3-1 count with the bunt sign on, and Belt knows the sign's on, you're thinking that guy's gonna get the ball down, and it causes you to leak off that base a little bit farther than you normally would.
Well, you anticipate it being a good pitch to bunt, which means you anticipate the hitter actually laying down the bunt.
If it's been a better throw, they'd have had him.
And a little pop-up out to right field. 1 out.
1 out and a non-productive out.
So we're going to get a double switch. So, new pitcher coming in. Hunter Pence will be the hitter. It's a 1-1 ball game. And the Indians have brought in their closer, and that's Cody Allen.
Take a look at the year for Cody Allen. It's a good one. 49 strikeouts and 36 in the third. He, like Andrew Miller, basically a two-pitch guy. You're going to see a fastball that's mid-90s with a hard curveball. It's right over the top of a high three-quarter release. Short armor. Nolan Ryan slot.
Gonzalez is now in at third. That's a double switch. He will hit in the ninth spot, but first it's Hunter Pence. And Pence down the right field line, and that'll be foul.
To me, like he was sitting on a breaking ball. First pitch, get it in big, over the top slot, curveball. And you say, well, it's a hanger. Well, yeah, but you're going to bite off more strike zone with the first pitch. The pitch not fooled by it.
Two. So Pence still has another strike. It's not the first time he's faced Allen. He's 0 for 2 lifetime. Nice play by Gomes, 1 and 2.
That is a good play. I mean, that's the last thing you want to do right now is wild pitch a guy into a runner at third, less than 2-out situation. And Gomes just prevented that from happening. Breaking ball.
As shallow as Geyer is playing in right, a ground ball to right, it's going to be hard for Belt to score. High and foul again.
Fought off that 94-mile-an-hour explosive fastball. Got a good fight going on right here.
One and 2. Two. Tapped. Everybody's safe. The ground attack, and they're loaded.
Well, 2 walks and a base hit that went all of about 20 feet from home plate. And Bruce Bochy does not care, nor does Hunter Pence. Everybody moves up.
This is called a worm killer.
Well, I mean, it hits up high, and with Hunter Pence's speed, you're not going to get much of a chance.
How does it not spin and roll foul? That's what I want to know.
Bellata ball. Bite.
So here's Joe Panic.
They changed the dimples on that baseball.
And the infield is in, and there is in as far as they can go. Play. No balls and 1 strike.
Again, just to set the arms in the outfield for the Indians. Not much of an arm in left, great arm in center, average arm in right. You're going to need at least medium depth on the fly ball to score Belt from third. Allen is pitching for the strikeout.
One ball and one strike. Out of play, 1-2.
Had a hanger. And that's what you're looking for. Mistakes up. Giants have done a great job in regard to the sacrifice flies. Joe Panik has 6, and that leads the team. Hard curveball in the dirt. He had a 1-2 count. He knew he could go down below the strike zone. And that is nastiness right there, and Panik could not handle it. One more look at that straight down breaking curveball. So effective when you can put it in the dirt between home plate and the catcher, especially from a righty to a lefty.
Marquis Hernandez is 0 for 2. Now the Giants need a hit or a mistake by the Indians. Foul back, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
Right on it.
Or make it 1 ball and 1 strike, and another good block by Yan Gomes.
Marquis Hernandez has been a very good hitter these last 5-6 weeks. Chance to be a hero right here. That's the pitch that he could not lay off of early in the year. So Allen pitching to the scout report, and Hernandez not helping him out.
Two balls and a strike. Extra innings. 10th inning coming up. A 1-1 ball game. The Giants had an opportunity to send everybody home, and they just could not take advantage of it. This will be the first extra inning game for the Indians since April 11th.
That's a long time without an extra inning game.
So Dyson will face Bradley Zimmer.
That extra inning game that Cleveland had back in April, that's the only extra inning game they've had all year. For the Giants, this will be their 13th. Indians 1-0, Giants 8-4.
Zimmer had an infield hit in the 7th. So he's had a couple of hits tonight. And he shows bunt, and Panic is going to underhand it to Bell. Nice play, 1 out.
Yeah, he makes that look so easy. And then when he broke for this, I mean, he was thinking flip with the glove the whole time. Sweet spot, small glove, easy flip. Yeah, it's kind of like my old partner. And who'd you get there? George Brett?
Yeah. He would have been 6 for 6 if we hadn't made that play. Oh,
that was a good play.
Brett. Thank goodness.
Yeah, he can hit.
So Gonzalez hitting for the first time. Big, tall, lanky hitter, and he rolls it foul.
You know, I never played against George Brett. I saw him in one spring training game when I was with the Phillies. Phillies played the Royals. I didn't play. Wasn't pitching that day. But years after he retired, I shook hands with him, and I got it. I totally got the whole deal.
Yeah, I played against him. I was in Reno. He was in San Jose. And there's a bouncing ball again to Panic. And Charlie Lau changed his whole deal. And once Charlie Lau, the hitting coach, took over, he was off and running.
Well, I mean, he had as strong a pair of hands as I'd ever shaken hands with.
That helps. But a lot of people tell you his brother was a better player.
Ken Brett, played golf with him. The biggest club he had in his bag was a 4-iron. Teed off with it, and it would outdrive you. It was humiliating. Another guy with incredibly strong hands.
Here's Geyer. Geyer takes a pitch down low. See, with the pitcher spot coming up, the extra men, they're all going to the bat rack. Think about it. You don't get the chance, many chances like that against that Indians bullpen. And when you do, you really do have to take advantage of it. Hit out to right center field. Hunter Pence says, I got this one. And that'll end the inning. An 8-pitch inning for Dyson. It's 1-1, and we'll be back. as Cody Allen will go after Connor Gillespie, who's going to be the pinch hitter.
Well,
wishing Connor Gillespie a happy birthday.
A happy birthday indeed. And she says, hey, we're birthday buddies. It's mine too. So happy birthday.
Gillespie, Span, and Nunez as Osich starts to throw in the Giants bullpen. And strike, and it's 0-1.
All right, let's see. Was it a strike according to our cast? No. Our pitch cast says it was not.
Is that a foul or in the dirt?
I think that was in the dirt.
1 ball and 1 strike. Giants with their run in the 6th. Mr. Posey has the RBI in this game.
Indians getting another left-hander up in their pen. Boone Logan once again. It's his second hump.
One and 2.
There was never hesitation from Tito Francona, the skipper of the Indians, to let Cody Allen go back out there. And pitch count has everything to do with it. He's only throwing 17 pitches.
Down the right field line and a fair ball, and it dies. Encarnacion missed it, and Gillespie is at second base.
That was a bullet. And he went down and beat a good pitch.
I wonder if it went through his glove.
I mean, this is not a hanger. Right there at the knees. And Encarnacion, I mean, he never really had much of a chance. That ball was by him. But the Giants catch a break. When it hit the wall down by the bullpen, it died. And Geyer couldn't get to it, so just like that, they get a runner in score position to open it up.
So it'll be Tomlinson now who's going to run. And here's Span.
One should go down the third base line here.
Get him in, get him over. And it'll be a hit. And Span will take it.
Yes, he will. The pressure is on Gonzalez. He's got to figure out, do I go? Do I cover the bag? And for Cody Allen, a right-hander falling off towards the first base line, I mean, he cannot unwind and get back over and get to it. So it winds up being perfection for Span. It sets up a first and third. And the infield's got to come in. Got great speed with Tomlinson at third. I mean, this is really a great situation for a safety squeeze. At least a thought of a safety squeeze. For Allen, he's simply pitching for the strikeout.
Here's how the Giants picked up their first run. It was a 1-out error by Geyer, who dropped the ball in right field, and then eventually Posey knocked him in. Right down Broadway, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Infield all the way in. I mean, right at the cut of the grass. Span goes. And he's at second base.
That should not be defensive indifference. I'm sorry. It's a big play.
Yeah, that's on our list of rules that we are going to change in the offseason.
Yeah, we've been saying that for 20 years.
On the ground, and this one is over. So the Giants won it in the 10th inning. And they do it with only 7 hits, of which 3 of those hits came here in the bottom of the 10th. Giants are now 9-4, Mike, in extra inning games.
Well, just great pitching all the way. 7 strong from Ty Block. He flipped it over to the bullpen. They were stellar. Giants last night beat themselves with poor defense tonight. They played exceptional defense, and it showed up in the final tally. This is a nice win for this club.
Nice win, and the Giants win it 2-1. Stay tuned. Easterns Giants postgame live. That starts right now.